Hey, good afternoon. Welcome, my Facebook friends. It's about that time. This is season number 3, episode number 5 of Chopping It Up Over Coffee with your boy Eric. I'm Eric Best, and I'm your host. And let me just tell you a little bit about what this is. Those that have followed me on my previous videos are already familiar with what this is all about. This is actually an adult forum, our space, your creative space, where we come together and we discuss different topics and issues where we both mutually and respectfully come together and discuss the issues and the topics without anyone getting offended. Like I've always said in my previous videos, I always quote my disclaimer. You all that know me very well know that I don't post any videos with any type of malicious intent. I'm just a very blunt, candid, direct person that just lays it down and tell it like it is. And I'm one of these people that will discuss topics that your average person will not. Okay, well, we're going to go on and get into the topic of today. But before we dive into that topic, I'm going to go ahead on and extend my normal thanks to my viewers, my fans, and my followers. And like I always say on all of my videos, I appreciate all of my supporters that believe in me from the very beginning. You are close to my heart. I appreciate all of the encouraging thoughts and prayers and emails and however we connect, and those that connect and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and wherever we connect in the world. Okay, well, we're going to go on and dive into the topic of today. The topic of today is going to be accents and how people speak in the black community specifically. Now, I actually started this episode due to an issue that I always hear comes up in the black community about how somebody talks. Now, I'm going to go on and roll the dice and go on and just get on in and just give you my opinion. I want to know from my viewers and my followers and people that just connect with me, what is the issue with the way that an individual speaks, their accent? Like, for instance, of course, you've already, checked me out. I've lived in Georgia. I've lived in Louisiana. So I kind of have a combination of both. I'm not really sure what type of accent that I have. However, I speak is natural for me, and it may be country or different for you. So that's what I want to know from my viewers. Because I know somebody that experienced something like that here recently. And this brother is from another part of the country where he's always classified as, oh, you sound white. Somebody tell me, what does that mean when somebody say you sound white? I don't get that. So what you're saying is that, like, for instance, my accent, for instance, I'm not from New York City. Do I sound like I'm from New York? No. I sound country bumpkin and from the South. Right. I'm from the South. So, of course, I'm going to sound Southern. Let me give you a little education, my Northerners. Let me go on and take you to school about our Southern accent. A lot of people do not know that accents are different based on the region. Every state in the South, the Southern people don't sound the same. Like, for instance, people in Louisiana, definitely in southern Louisiana, the New Orleans metro area. I got family people there. So they have more of a water accent, even though they're southern. Long time ago, it was owned by the French. Same way with Charleston, South Carolina. That's another southern city that's a jewel of the South where the people have the water accent. Another place, Savannah, Georgia. That's another little town near the water. Common denominator. Southern towns near the water, the people have the water tone. The vernacular is different than my vernacular. My southern accent is flat. If I lived in Western Tennessee or maybe Kentucky or some of those other states where I'm at the top of the South, I would have a southern accent with a little hints of redneckish, like her. Oh, give me a burr. You see what I'm saying? See, we don't say that here, but they still in the South. I'm in the South. but they're in a different region of the South. So I'm trying to educate you to let you know most people always think everybody in the South is when they meet somebody and you come from wherever town you have, just like everybody up north don't sound the same. To me, people in Chicago, people in New York City do not sound the same. Chicago is Midwest. New York City is up north to us. So each of the regions, the people have a different dialect. So what I want to know from my followers and stuff, why, especially as black people, why do we use accents which is natural? I can't help how I speak or my diction. Well, yes, I can't help my diction. Well, I don't know. But somebody chime in on me. It's just, y'all help me out on that. Now, also what I also see is that, do you feel like that black people with a Southern accent that I guess people say that don't sound white, do you think that they're denied jobs or not taken seriously or not considered professional? You understand what I'm saying? Somebody chime in on it. Help me out like that, y'all. That's what this board is about. I always tell y'all, if you never comment, I never know what your thoughts are. So yeah, and I feel like that it is inflammatory and discriminatory to make a difference and mistreat somebody or try to make them feel inferior based on the sound that comes out of their mouth. I can't help how I talk. I can't help about my accent. So I don't understand. What is that about? You will say, oh, I'm country bunky. Yeah, I am country. Where would you prefer me to be from? If I was from New York City, where you probably from, or LA or wherever the town that you from that's not in the South, I would sound like the people next door to you. You see what I'm saying? I would have y'all accent. So, and what I want to know from my black viewers, it's like, I'm under the impression from, and this is just an assessment, I'm just gathering my thoughts or whatever, everybody. It's almost like, for instance, I'm in Georgia, right? Georgia has a Southern accent different than Kentucky, Oklahoma, Texas. See what I'm saying? All those are Southern states, but their Southern culture is similar, but it's not the same. That's why I keep saying each of these areas is different. Just like the people in Pennsylvania, for instance. People in Philadelphia, they have a different accent than the people in Pittsburgh. I hear the vernacular difference. When I talk to people in Pittsburgh, they have in their vowels more of a L. I can't describe it. So when I talk to people in Ohio, the part that's close to Pittsburgh, when I meet those people, the vernacular sounds the same. So maybe each region, the people have a different vernacular, even though, let's just say we both in, like for instance, Virginia. Virginia is a southern state. Virginia is north of Georgia, but Virginia is at the top of the South, near the Mason-Dixon line. See what I'm saying? So Virginia is southern. But when I meet black people from Virginia, their accent is a little different than Georgia accent. See what I'm saying? Even though that is the South and their Commonwealth, however you want to call it, it is still different. The vernacular is different. I can tell the difference when I speak to most black people in any southern state. When they talk to me, I know